A horror story about a haunted game is nothing new now, but the series that started this subgenre and did it amazingly was Ben Drowned. Starting off as a 4chan thread about a guy who purchased a haunted version of Majora's Mask at a garage sale. The series came out in the Creepypasta era, and this story is a really engrossing one. So I'll stop wasting your time and we can get into the story of Ben Drowned. The story starts with Deducible going to a garage sale to try and find a new game for the N64 that was given to him. He finds an old man selling stuff and speaks to him. He asks if he has any video games. The man walked back in his house and assured Deducible they'd be back in a jiffy. While the man's in his house, Deducible looks at the other things that are on sale. Various paintings that look like ink blots that psychiatrics might show you. One of them, however, looks almost like the Majora's Mask. The same heart-shaped body with the little spikes protruding out of it. I should have asked the man about it. I wish I would have asked the man about it. The man came back and handed him an N64 cartridge. It was the standard grey colour, except that someone had written Majora on the back of it in permanent marker. He got butterflies in his stomach as he realised what a coincidence this was, and asked the man how much he wanted for it. The old man smiled and said that he could have it for free, that it used to belong to a kid who was about Deducible's age. They didn't live here anymore. There was something weird about how that man phrased that, but I didn't really pay any attention to it then. I was too caught up in not only finding this game, but getting it for free. He leaves, and as he walks away, he hears the man say goodbye, Ben. He arrives home and puts the cartridge in his console, and sees that there's already a new save in there, titled Ben. He starts a new save naming himself Link and starts playing. Surprisingly, the game ran pretty well, apart from some weird glitches, textures being in the wrong places and cutscenes flashing when they shouldn't be. Most unnerving of all of them, though, was that the NPCs occasionally called Deducible Ben instead of Link. He assumed that it was a bug and ended up deleting the old save after he beat the Woodfall Temple, hoping that it would solve the problem. It did, and it didn't. The NPCs would now call him nothing instead of even name. There would just be a blank space where the name would be in the text. Frustrated and with homework to do, he puts the game down for the day. The next night he attempts to do the 4th day glitch, and when he tries to execute it, instead of being greeted by the astronomer, he found himself at the Majora boss fight at the end of the game, staring at the school kid hovering above him. There was no sound but the reverse song of healing in the background. Being stuck in the place, he reaches down for the reset button on his N64, but a text box appears on screen. You're not entirely sure why, but you apparently had a reservation. Eventually he arrives back in Clocktown, this time a darker version of it. While in a room he finds a statue, the only other thing with him in the town. He tries to run away from it. Eventually he gets teleported onto the clock tower again, with the school kid hovering above him. He tries to shoot at him and a text box appears. That won't do you any good. Link bursts into flames, killing him. He keeps respawning in the same place, and eventually he doesn't respawn. Link just lays on the ground with the school kid floating above him. Back on the main menu, his save file now says your turn, where Link's name should be. Returning to the menu, the Ben save file appears again. He turns the game off. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making that thread. But last night, that Elegy of Emptiness statue, I had a dream about it. I dreamed that it was following me in my dream. When I'd feel my neck hair stand up on end, I would turn around and that thing, that horrible, lifeless statue would be staring at me with those empty eyes, right at me, merely inches away. In my dream I remember calling it Ben, and never before have I had a dream that I can remember so vividly. He goes back to the old man's house where he bought the game and sees that he's no longer there. He speaks to a neighbour who tells him that the old man moved shortly after the garage sale. The neighbour mentions that there was an accident that occurred involving someone named Ben, but he refuses to say any more about it. Deducible returns home and loads up the Ben save this time, and the glitches are far more intense, Link's body being the main one. Deducible gets teleported to the land of Termina. After wandering around, he finds the masked salesman, the statue, and the school kid. He approaches them, and he plays a song of healing to the masked salesman. He spawns at the Great Temple Bay, now playing as Zora Link. He goes into the water. He sees the statue again and dies. He gets sent back to the main menu and goes to pick a new save. Now the names of them have changed to Ben and Drowned. The press start screen was before me. I knew the only reason why it would put me here is because the save files have changed again. Taking a deep breath, I pressed start, and I was right. The new save files told me about Ben. Now it makes sense why the statue appeared when I tried to go into the laundry pool. The game must have anticipated how I would have tried to escape the day 4 clock town. The 2 save files told me his fate. As I suspected, Ben was dead. He had drowned. The game obviously isn't through with me. It taunts me with the new save files. It wants me to keep playing. It wants me to go further. But I'm done with this shit. I'm not touching any more of the files. It's already too horrifying for me. And I don't even believe in the paranormal, but I'm running out of explanations. Why would someone send me this message? I don't understand it. We get an update from Deducible. I know it's early in the morning, but I've stayed up all night. I can't sleep. I don't care if people see this. That's not the point. I just want the word to get spread so I don't suffer for nothing. I've lost the will to type about this. The less I dwell on this, the better. I think the video just speaks for itself. I did what you guys told me to do. I played the Elegy of Emptiness song at the first prompt by the game I was given. But I think that's what the game mod Ben. Jesus Christ. I can't even believe I'm humouring the absurd idea that he exists in the game. Wanting me to do. He's following me now. Not just in the game. He's in my dreams. I see him all the time. Behind my back, just watching me. I haven't gone to any of my classes. I've stayed in my dorm room with the windows closed and the blinds shut. That way, I know he can't watch me. But he still gets me when I play. When I play, he can still see me. This game is scaring me now. It talked to me for the first time. Not just using the text that's already in the game, it spoke to me. Talked to me. It referenced Ben. It talked to me. I don't know what this means. I don't know what it wants. I just want to forget that statue's horrible blank face. He attaches a video, not wanting to type out what happened. We watch it. He loads up the drowned save and walks into the entrance of the Great Deku Tree. He enters the tree and falls. The school kid gets dragged away by something and a pixie gets separated from its brother. It tells Link to do something. Link plays a song. You shouldn't have done that. Link appears in a tree and reads a tombstone that says the same thing on it. He opens a chest and gets a blue rupee. You shouldn't have done that. He leaves the tree and goes to Hyrule Castle. He gets spoken to by an owl. You shouldn't have done that. He gets teleported to the Happy Mask shop and speaks to someone in there. You shouldn't have done that.
Watch out!
He appears in a large empty field with nothing but a tree in it. He walks up to it. He sees the statue once again. You'll be given one last chance. Back to where it all began. Come play with us. He returns to the menu and his old save is back. Due to the events of the game, Deducible decides to return back home and tells his roommate to leave an update for him on his account. They agreed and posted an update on Deducible's account. He told me that he's getting away from here, that it lured him to play it again, and that he shouldn't have done that. He told me to upload the footage to inform people what happened. I told him that he could do it himself, and he got this wild look in his eye, and told me that he's never looking at that game again. And that's the last thing he said to me. He never even said bye when his parents came to pick him up. I was hoping I'd at least get a chance to meet his parents when they picked him up, but they were in and out so quick I never saw them. Deducible gave his roommate a video to upload for him. The statue appears again, and undistinguishable text appears. The screen goes blue and he enters a fight. Why is he smiling? The father. He wakes up in a graveyard. He slowly walks forward as an ominous sound repeatedly plays. He interacts with one of the tombstones and falls through the ground. It'll be our little secret, okay? You can't run. He appears in the room with the masked salesman and statue. Please, help me. Returning to the home screen, the saves had now changed to Lincoln Map. Deducible's roommate posted a text document shortly after that Deducible sent him. In there we read about Deducible's declining mental health since he got the game, and he says that after he got it, his PC was also glitching. One time a text document appeared on it, with a link to cleverbot.com. On it he had a strange conversation with the AI. The computer says that it played Majora's Mask with Deducible. He asks who this is. Ben. Go play. Deducible explains in the document that he felt like he was being stalked by the game, and he felt like a prisoner. Whenever he'd search things up on the internet, occasionally an image of the statue would pop up. At the end of the document, Deducible says that he never had a roommate, and somehow Ben had hijacked his computer and posted without him knowing. Deducible decides to destroy his PC and the game cartridge, hoping to end Ben's torment. One last video gets posted named FreeWMV. After this, Deducible changed his profile picture on YouTube and added the quote, "Now I'm everywhere," to his profile. Two days after Deducible left, many people who were reading this story feared that Ben was now infiltrating their computers through the text file he sent. They believed that it wasn't Deducible that attached the file, it was Ben, and he was using it as a gateway to be freed onto the web. Multiple coded messages were posted onto Deducible's YouTube, and deciphering them they make the text, "We all wear a mask, sometimes. Keep your eyes peeled, mother. I wonder what it is you whisper for dust tonight. Good luck." The other text he posted translates to a site named YouShouldn'tHaveDoneThat.net. On there it seems to be a page dedicated to the Moon Children's Cult, a group of people who believe they have formed a spiritual connection with the moon and believe they'll be able to survive an upcoming apocalypse because they have devoted themselves to her. The About page tells us a little more. This is a website for those who have formed a spiritual connection with the moon and him, and recognise that we've been selected to perform miracles and bring enlightenment to this world. She has chosen us, and only us, to survive the upcoming apocalypse, because we honoured her and devoted ourselves to her. As we work to enforce her will, we grow together as a family, and serve the greater good. We are the Moon's children. If you have found your way here, it is not by chance. You are at home here. You belong here with us. And while you may be caught off guard, I think right now you can feel something inside of you agreeing with me. Listen to your soul, get in touch with yourself. Your soul knows this, and we can show you how. The page has 4 mods on it: Ifrit, Neko, Duskworld, and Drowned. The mod named Neko posted on the update board that they aren't going to be a mod for much longer, because of their ascension that's happening the next day. The next post is from Duskworld. He says some stuff about the site, and at the end tells us not to make Mr. D upset. The next post is from Drowned, merely saying, "You shouldn't be reading this." Neko makes another post saying that it's their destiny to ascend, and they'll be back to get you guys soon. On another page is 2 short passages named the Creed and the Initiation Creed. "Oh Father, I pledge to you. Oh Mother, I give myself 100 times. May the moon illuminate our path. We bear our souls to you. To that which will bring the end. Empower us with your infinite grace. May we receive the greatest glory of all. May we ascend to the heavens themselves. We are the moon's children. We are mortal angels. This passage suggests that them ascending means that they're being sacrificed for the moon. The next passage is the Initiation Creed. By my blood, as I draw it here, I dedicate myself to service. I sever all ties of my old life. Those who birthed me are meaningless. Those who raised me are hopeless. Those who loved me are worthless. Now I wear this mask to symbolize my transformation. As a child learns to walk, so too will I learn to fly. Pause for the mask ceremony. With these words I pledge myself to a new family, that even though this mask may leave my face, the scars that symbolise my devotion will never fade. Now I am truly born. This is what I'm assuming is how new members of the cult get introduced and officially made part of it. The mask ceremony I'm assuming is them putting on masks similar to the ones from Majora's Mask and awakening to their true form, and joining the Moon Children's cult. Going to the theories page, we see many interpretations of how the world will end, such as the Hindu prophecy or NASA predictions. One that sticks out though is the lunar prophecy. Dating back to 1998, a moonchild named Kelbris received several whispers from Luna herself. The Order was still young then, and Kelbris was the first member to have been talked to by her. Rather than ascending him, however, these whispers informed of how the end will come about. The whispers were brief and vague, detailed below. They, unintelligible, break free from prison, engulf the world. Man will be betrayed by its minions, and I'll be brought down from the sky, consuming everything. It's worth noting that the number 3 is reported by Kelbris to have been said numerous times, sometimes in between words, sometimes even between letters, so it's assumed that there is some kind of significance there. Kelbris was later found electrocuted, where the foul play or an ascension was never determined. Although transcended, Kelbris' discovery has made him a legendary figure with the Moon Children, and much of the Order today is based off that prophecy. After looking through a lot of the website, fans were able to find a lot of secrets. One of these was by adding drown to the end of the URL. This brings you to a page with this thing and some text. Dead end, go back. In the website's code, the creature's name is Kelbris, the same person to be spoken to by her. And the webpage title for this page is another code. Translating it, it says, my eyes. They took my eyes. People also discovered a page with a message saying, should you know what questions to ask, the gate to truth will be opened. The name of the page is FJ6RT. On the same page is an email address that belongs to Ifrit. Users decided to try and contact him, and the ones who did archived and saved the messages they sent to him. The main discovery made was that Ben, in the real web, went missing, and his body was never found. He was a member in the cult, and they believed that he had ascended. The emails also mentioned a person named Alex, who has gone missing since the blackout. When asked about the game cartridge, Ifrit denied any connection to it and the cult. People also asked about a person named Rosa. Ifrit said that it was another person who ascended, his sister. This name relates back to the first video on Judusable's channel, about a character named Rosa in the game Vampire Masquerade, and he says in the description that when you talk to her, you get drowned in dialogue. At the end of it, she says that whether or not you win the game matters not, it's if you bought it. This video was posted a year before the first Ben Drown video. The final message Ifrit sent was, hang on, someone's knocking at my door. After this, people were unable to reach him. Later on, Judusable's YouTube channel posted the lyrics to Who's That Knocking. After more researching, people would find a video of the same name as the page of Ifrit's email, FJ6RT. The account name was the link missing, but their real name according to their profile was Alex, the same name as the person who was lost in the blackout. Shortly after this video was found, the site would go down and then back up the day after. Now Ifrit and Drown were no longer on the website. A new mod took their place named Insidia. A YouTube user named Freya Dutanabres posted a video in response to Judusable of them playing an inverted song at time. Ben responded to this video with a message on Judusable's channel. The message translates to, you've begun to start thinking, you've begun to catch on, you made a discovery today, but how long until that blessing becomes a curse? Other users started to play songs in the game then posting it, sometimes causing Ben to reply. One person who attempted this was MF Gref, who played New Way Bass and Over, a song that grants people the ability to speak. Soon after this video, Ifrit began talking again. However, although the song worked, it was Rosa who was speaking. After Rosa stopped answering emails,
This happened because someone played the song and yelling. We don't know this. You wanted to get rid of Rosa, but after this video was made, Kelbris left a message on the Moon Children website. I'll be knocking on your door next. Let me in. I want to speak. From this, we can assume that Kelbris took matters into his own hands to get rid of Rosa.
after discussing the matter with others, a user named Maya uploaded the song of Time. After this, the tags on the original Rose video changed to You Didn't Save Her, and multiple other videos were given the tags Rosa Trapped. Shortly after this, Alex would post a video on his account, the link missing. This was seen as Alex's death. MF Gref quickly responded with a video of Link using a fairy in hope of saving Alex. Alex's channel responded with a video named Continue. Showing that MF Gref's attempt was successful. However, another user played the Sonata of Awakening, which caused Alex to disappear again. The motivation to why that user wanted to get rid of Alex is unknown. Shortly after, Judiciable's YouTube would upload a new video that was soon taken down but re-uploaded by MF Gref. So that was the first two arcs of Ben Drowned. There's one other arc named Awakening that I'll cover in another video because there's quite a lot and I want to go in full on it. So far we learned about a haunted game that Ben possesses and a cult that worships the moon in order to survive an apocalypse. We know that Ben's in that cult and we know that they believe he ascended, but why he's trapped in the game we still don't know. And how he drowned we also don't know yet.
Something I noticed while editing the video is that Ben's father man and the man at the garage sale and that man let him drown. This is further enforced with the line earlier.
So stay around for the next video where I go further in on it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.